Today, we probably had the cleanest move from all week. Last week's price action was not good. It was choppy. It was going down, and it was taking the buy side, so it was going down really slowly. And if you look at the monthly chart of NQ, we had this monthly fair value gap that was ready to get tapped, and that took days and days of this consolidation. And today we finally got into the monthly fair value gap high. And before we tapping into monthly fair value gap high, we had this London low for NQ. So as soon as markets opened, I was waiting patiently for price to tap into monthly fair value gap. And while we were tapping into monthly fair value gap high, we rated London low, so that's a good sign. And we tap into monthly fair value gap high. I was looking for longs all day long, all this morning actually. I was not shorting this market as I was expecting a strong reaction off of this monthly fair value gap high. So we tap into monthly fair value gap high, creates a swing high, and then goes lower low, and we break through the swing high. So this becomes a bullish breaker. However, price never came back to the bullish breaker, so there was no entry pattern here. I was expecting price to run up, tap into breaker, and then push the price back higher. So I was looking for any kind of entry patterns after this high was broken. So we made this low, high, low, higher high, made this breaker, and also market structure change right over here. And I was waiting patiently, and market was not giving me an entry until this fair value gap. And this coincides with the FMC reversal as well. So we have this swing high, and this is market structure change and breaker. So this is taking this high was a crucial point into deciding my bias for the day. And we tap into this 1 minute fair value gap, and that's where I entered longs. And my first target was this morning high that we created. So I went in with 5 micro contracts, took I think 1 contract off of here. And I was expecting ES and NQ to take London high, but ES did that first around 10:05. Great, 10:05 on this candle. So this is where I took another 2 contracts off. And if we were to enter here, I was actually setting my stop loss here, and this already is 6 RR, which is great. But if you're not sure about the stops, where to put it, you can always put it at the swing low. Even then, that gives you more than 1 RR. And price taps into this 1 minute fair value gap again. Oh, I guess before we did that, before we took London high, we tapped into this 1 minute fair value gap because ES London high wasn't taken. This fair value gap is also a great place to enter longs. And we see we tap into this fair value gap once and then another 2 times. So this would have been a great entry for NQ. And once we took London high, I did not take this fair value gap because we took London high oh, I guess before this, we have this one, like a tiny 1 minute fair value gap here as well. I did not take this because we took London high for ES. So once London high for ES was taken, I was not expecting the price to shoot up like crazy high. But my bias was still taking London high for NQ. So I did not re-enter here. So I just held my contracts. And this fair value gap I personally would not take because we could well create an SMT divergence between ES and NQ and start heading down. So that's why I did. This is not a good entry pattern, and I'm just mentioning it there so that you don't take it next time you see any fair value gaps like this. And at London high, I took all my contracts off, and we see price taps into this midpoint of opening range gap. So if you still do not know how to find opening range gap, all you have to do is go to like 15-minute chart, click on the bottom right, click regular trading hours, and it shows you this gap. So from previous day's close to today's open, you make a box around it. You could draw a line like this, or you could draw a box. I like to draw a box so that we know that we are trading within the range of the opening range gap. An important detail is to mark out the midpoint of opening range gap. And once we hit the midpoint of opening range gap, we flush down. I did take a short from here, not too much, because this was low probability trade for me. And I aimed 15-minute fair value gap. So I was expecting price to hit midpoint of opening range gap and then go into 15-minute fair value gap, which is this area right over here. And I took a short here, which was pretty much a top tick. I had no drawdown, and then I was risking 20 handles, and 20 handles into this 15-minute fair value gap. And this is, yeah, crazy RR, 11 RR. But I only went with 2 micro contracts, so it wasn't that big. A couple $100 more. And once that was hit, my day was done, because I wasn't sure if we were going to take out this low that we created in the morning, as we are still in the bearish state. But now that we've hit the monthly fair value gap, we may consolidate for like another month or two, because if we look at quarterly price action, we still have this big gap. And for quarterly fair value gap to hit, it's going to take another 3 months from July, which would be October. So from October to November to December, I'm expecting price to hit into this quarterly fair value gap and fill more of this monthly fair value gap. And now that we're hitting lunch, price could retrace down to fill this fair value gap, 5-minute fair value gap, and then even go higher. If you look at 4 hour, we still got these 4-hour gaps that didn't get filled. In a market condition like this, I wouldn't be surprised to fill all of these fair value gaps and then go down, because we are in a slow melting down market condition. So this is like one of the hardest market conditions to trade in. That's why price action that last week was very shitty. Price action earlier this week was pretty shitty as well. But today we finally had really nice price action because we just tapped into the monthly fair value gap. Great. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you like this video, please subscribe and leave a comment whether you think that we're going to hit into monthly fair value gap and drive into this monthly order block before any more consolidation. Let me know your thoughts and have a good weekend.